This is an instructional video on how to make a resin trap. You must always make sure that you have eye protection when in the composites lab. Be sure to put it on before you enter. You need a glass bottle and discard the lid. You will not be needing it. You will also need a screwdriver, a razor, a crescent wrench, yellow sealant tape, blue painter's tape, plumbing tape, as well as saran wrap and a brass fittings kit. Grab the screwdriver and crescent wrench from the blue stations in the plastics. Grab the razor and blue painter's tape, as well as the yellow sealant tape, which can be found in the drawers, from the composites tooling section of the lab. You must also find the gray tub that contains the PVC tube that you will be needing. This is the air hose. Cut off 2 strips of the air hose. This will be the 2 ends of the tube that you will connect to the glass bottle. Insert the tubes, the longer one in all the way to the bottom and the shorter one just below the mouth of the glass bottle. Take out and tape together. Be sure to mark where the top of the lid is with your hands before applying the tape. This tape is just for positioning. Next, you will take the yellow sealant tape. Start with just a little bit, about 4 inches or so, and begin by spreading the 2 tubes and wrapping around. This is important because you want to make sure that there are no air travel spaces between the 2 tubes. By putting the yellow sealant tape there, we eliminate that, as seen in this photo. You must also make sure that the yellow sealant tape matches with the mouth of the lid. Next, take off about 1.5 feet, that is about 16 inches, of yellow sealant tape and wrap around the yellow sealant tape you have already put on. Use enough to jam inside of the glass bottle. This is really important because you need to make sure that this is a vacuum inside that mouth of the glass bottle. Next, take the razor. Be careful and always point the razor in a safe direction. Cut the saran wrap and use this to cover up the sticky side of the yellow sealant tape. Next, take a strip of blue painter's tape and tape the saran wrap around. This will hold the saran wrap and prevent it from falling off. Next, you will open the brass fittings kit and grab 1 hose clamp. Take the hose clamp and put it around both of the tubes. This will prevent the tubes from spreading apart when in use. Use the screwdriver to tighten. Once tightened, you must grab a small amount of yellow sealant tape and stretch thin and wrap around the end of the tubes. You must only do this if the diameter of the hose is smaller than that of the input air. This will ensure that the brass bushing will fit the air hose. Take the larger diameter tube and press on the sealant tape you have just put on. Next, grab 1 bushing and 1 nut from the brass fittings kit. Put the nut on first with the threads facing outwards, followed by the brass bushing. The brass bushing will fit snugly on the larger diameter hose tube. Finally, you will take some of the plumber's tape and wrap around the brass fitting for the air input hose. Take the brass bushing and nut that you just put on and tightly secure that using the crescent wrench to the air hose. You have now successfully completed one resin trap. Thank you for listening.